Up next on the Forum, it's showtime for a passel of puppets who parse out safety tips to any pint-sized audience. Meet the folks with the Pilot Club and Pilot International. And keeping your cool in the summer heat can be a budget buster. We'll have the latest on programs to help cover the cost on Human Services Forum beginning right now. Hello and welcome to the Forum. Brain injury is the most frequent cause of death among young people. So how can we help to keep them safe? Prevention education is at the heart of Pilot International, an organization that offers many ways to reach out to folks of any age. Lynn Moon is governor for the Virginia District, and Lois Valentine, newly installed president of the Norfolk Virginia Beach Pilot Club, join me now with information about the Pilot Club and a project called Brain Minders, which we'll explain why we have little friends on the set here in the form of animals. So we'll take a look at some of the tools that are used in order to get the word out about brain injury and prevention. Thank you for joining us on the show. I know that Pilot International, being just by its name, is a large organization and it covers the globe. So I mentioned that brain injury is a focus of this organization. Tell us a little bit more about what that is about.
Well, we started in 1921, so last year we celebrated our 90th anniversary, and
wow.
Pilot International is in 5 countries, and we're 9,000 plus members right now. We're a community service organization, and the focus narrowed down to preventing brain injury and assisting those with brain-related disabilities and injuries like Alzheimer's, stroke victims, autistic children. So that's where our focus went to. With statistics, as you mentioned, are pretty strong, especially in children. Over 1 million each year suffer traumatic brain injury. Of those, around 130,000 are caused just by bicycles alone, and 30,000 approximately result in permanent brain injury. So Pilot International decided to institute this program in 2000 to focus specifically on children and safety for children. And we have been pleased to offer this, and as of now we've offered it to over 500,000 children have received this program internationally.
And it is called what? Lois?
It's called the Brain Minder program, but the success to the Brain Minder program are the Brain Minder buddies.
Okay.
And they are the puppets. And if you think about the human interaction between the puppet characters and children, I cannot say enough about what happens. Plus, it presents an understanding of the brain and brain injury. And also the major focus we want to make sure with especially our younger group is the safety, brain safety. And we do encourage that via all of these wonderful friends that we have purchased.
Lois, you have an interesting device or helmet next to you. You want to explain what that is? I think everybody wants one in the studio.
Normally, I bring this out showing the children what your brain looks like. And we get lots of interesting expressions from, ooh, you're kidding, you know, that kind of thing. Lynn, do you want to explain where this comes from?
Sure. This Pilot International partners with a lot of organizations like the Brain Alliance of Virginia and Dana Alliance. It comes from the Lynn Chevarati Memorial Fund. Lynn Chevarati was a wonderful woman who suffered a traumatic brain injury and passed away 11 months after she received the injury, and her family started a fund. One of the wonderful things this fund does is make these wonderful brain helmets, and pilot clubs from all over the world purchase these helmets from the Lynn Fund. So that's where it comes from, and the kids do love these
That's
helmets.
a great Halloween costume.
Well, it doesn't fit very well, unfortunately. But we have interesting things that we learn when we present these things. And some of them are just right from the children. They're questions. What are those things? You know, I can honestly see that some of the younger ones would think they were worms. You know, we have to look at this from an educational point of view. So we try to tell it to them in their understanding. I think that's probably more important than anything. But basically, we have 2 levels, and there are a cast of characters. I believe you're showing that on your screen, are you not?
At the moment we will, yes, and you have some of those characters. Here we go. It's a rather busy graphic, but it does have the age groups, 4 to 6 and 7 to 9 years of age, and names for each of these characters.
Yes, we do. 4 to 6 is usually what we look for with the younger group. However, I have seen 3-year-olds have no problem anymore with this, so they love it as well. And basically, that's the safety of crossing the street carefully. You know, be very careful. Don't go out in the street with a ball rolls out in the street. Those are the kinds of things that they know about. I'm sure Mom and Dad have said, but we want to remind them, and also please help Mom and Dad remember to fasten your seatbelt. So they're basic safety, but they certainly are important. And we do this through our puppets as well, the interaction of the puppets. And then we also do the other end of it. We use the storyboard. And Lynn, do you have the storyboard?
I do.
I think this is a worthwhile thing to show, because basically it has a script on the back if you want to use it, but if you don't want to use it, you basically can use your acting skills. Or some of our pilots dress up in the actual puppets. So basically, this
full costume. They will come in full
skill really does help. And one of the things I think is very important is we talk to them about your brain in your head. And your brain can help you do all of these things: see, play, read, walk and run, laugh, pretend, that kind of thing. But when we turn the page, we say, your brain is like a computer. Now, I cannot tell you the number of teachers that absolutely love this, because what is in the basic vocabulary of the young child? They all know what a computer is, and they're identifying with the messages that will come out. So we feel that that is an extremely good analogy.
All right, wonderful.
And the kids love it. So this basically, and then we bring the brain out and make sure that they understand. And so basically we give each child, if you would like to I'll show this, each child receives one of these storybooks, but we call them
activity books,
activity
which has
books,
coloring and reinforces the message that they got in this. So
and they
take
can
it home
use
with
it
them.
for read along, or mostly the teachers would like to have the number and hand them out later. But the beauty of it is it goes through everything that we talk about with the puppets. So they really do enjoy. And then at the end, they're given a certificate. And we do question them a wee bit. Let me hold it
See
up
what
some.
they learned.
And that helps. And plus, the little ones, now we've developed stickers, and the kids love stickers. So basically, that is what we're doing. Now, the 7 to 9 year, they're the older children. And one of the things that I have brought today is, well, I call them Swimmy. At the different disabilities, they had all kind of names. Nemo, I had a lot. They were naming them all. And they call them anything. But basically, we talk about the regulations and rules of swimming, and be careful. You know, don't go too deep. Don't go any further than your waist in a pool, for instance. Make sure you're with a father, a mother, a brother, or somebody older that can help you. So basically, they love this. They think this is the greatest thing that ever was.
I kind of like it too.
Well, good. I'll know if it's missing. No, that's terrible. But basically, the older two deal with other things, like home safety. For instance, what would you find in the cabinets that maybe you shouldn't be working with? Things of that nature. And we find that they really will listen a little more as we put it in the more age level appropriate, I think. This second level probably would be better in a camp setting, or maybe a physical education group in the school.
And one way we also try and help reach is our anchor organization is our high school version of our Pilot International. And they are as strong as we are. They are over 9,000 members also at Anchors. And we bring in these teenagers to do these shows to these little kids. They connect so well with these little kids.
Plus they have a great time.
The Anchors have a blast, and they act out the characters so well, and they connect. And I think the kids really get that message when they see someone closer to their age giving them the safety message and seeing that they're wearing a helmet and they look both ways crossing the street, even though they're teenagers.
Yeah, even though.
Yeah.
That's right. Reinforces the message for them too.
It does.
It?
It does.
Wow, great public service.
Basically, I'd like to show also, this is Gerald Giraffe, all right?
Hi, Gerald.
He doesn't have a helmet on. However, the beauty of this is we can show the difference. We'll say, see, I think it's right under the computer. And basically, we can show what it looks like with the helmet. And we can utilize this in many different ways because it's very hard to find a helmet for Gerald. Looking, but unless you want to put something terrible looking, I don't think we're going to do it. But the beauty of being able to compare and contrast, that's a good item for children.
Great. Do the kids have a favorite?
Yes, I will show that to you at the end, but let me show you one more. And this is Wise Old Owl. Now, Wise Old Owl is a barn owl. I like to bring in the science concept just a wee bit, that they live in the barn, but he's always looking and watching, making sure we're safe. And he's the buddy that leads us through this whole storyboard, which is kind of nice. Then I always say to them, now this is what I promised you at the very end, a surprise. And this is Helmet Man. Helmet Man
Oh my gosh.
is capable of not only just pleasing the children, but it's also capable of doing finger spelling. So we can go to a lot of special ed programs as well, and that is a wonderful activity to be able to do it. But the beauty of it is it's a mascot at the end. I said, this is Helmet Man with all the other things that we know about, and also we have the helmet on there at the correct angle. We have a lot of children who do not know how to put a helmet on their head. They have it with the string around their neck, hanging down their back. I've seen some incredibly poor types of settings.
It's just, well, not wearing one if you don't wear it correctly. It can cause just as much damage.
Yeah, well, you've explained so much about what it is you present, this being that they do presentations. So if you have an organization, a group, school that might be interested in promoting this kind of safety, which I think who wouldn't, Pilot International and the Norfolk Virginia Beach Pilot Club, Inc., do these. So we have a phone number. Oh, and actually we have some pictures too. This shows the anchors that you were referring to, our teenagers in Chesapeake, who are doing the puppets for the kids, which is terrific. I don't know if we have more or not. And there's the phone number to call too.
And every club in this area does these. So if you're in Suffolk or Portsmouth or Virginia Beach, or Norfolk Virginia Beach, would handle that. You can contact, and we will be glad to come and do a Brain Minders Buddies program.
Oh, great. So, I mean, and how long does it generally last?
Well, if you're in a classroom, 15 minutes. And the reason I say that is because that's all the teachers want, because they have other things they have.
Plus the kids' attention span is, even with puppets.
But you really can do this in 15 minutes.
Oh, great.
If it was longer, I don't really think the children's interest would still be there.
Well, great. So we have Pilot International, we have the clubs in each of the cities, in the Norfolk Virginia Beach Club. Lois is the president, so we put her email address up there, a phone number for you to call if you're interested or just want to know more, and of course websites as well for the international group and Virginia. It'll take you to the local organization, so you can always start there and work from there. But it's a wonderful concept and a lot of fun. And Lois, you clearly look like you enjoy doing this. I can tell from the expression.
Well, if you don't like puppets, something's wrong.
There you go.
You have to love them very, very much.
Well, I think that this is just terrific, and thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your experiences with the kids. Hopefully somebody else who's watching will be able to talk about it one day too, once they give you a call.
Thanks
so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. Don't go away, because hot weather, as you know, has arrived. So find out how to stay cool this summer while keeping your budget in check. The latest on cooling assistance programs when we return.
Have you heard? The U.S. Treasury is phasing out paper checks for Social Security, VA, and other federal benefit payments and going electronic. If you currently receive federal benefits by paper check, you will need to switch to direct deposit or to the Treasury recommended Direct Express Debit MasterCard. If you plan to apply for federal benefits soon, you'll want to decide which electronic payment option is right for you. Visit godirect.org to learn more or to make the switch today.
When the thermometer hits 90 degrees, the heat is not only hard to ignore, it can be dangerous to the more vulnerable among us. But what if you are unable to afford to pay your electric bill? Seth Atkinson and Captain Brett Meredith with the Salvation Army Tidewater Area Command, and Glennis Johnson, who is a weatherization program administrator for the STOP organization, are here to offer up some solutions. Each organization has programs in place that can help in certain ways with people who have cooling needs, as we say. The Department of Human Services also offers the cooling assistance program under the Energy Assistance Program, and that is, of course, calling our agency in order to get information. Applications were beginning to be accepted as of Friday, June 15th, and will continue through August 15th. And that, of course, is for eligible households with cooling needs, and those eligibility standards we'll get back to in just a minute. One of the things that the Salvation Army wants to point out is that in order to apply for its program, which is Energy Share, you have to have applied or exhausted other means, and so
correct.
They're not the first place to turn to, but they are a place to turn to.
We are.
When you can't get help anywhere else. So welcome.
We want to be the place of last resort, so that folks, they have other means, take care of it, but when you get down to the end, we want to be there to help you get out of the difficulty.
Okay, great. And Energy Share is a partnership, and you, as in the Salvation Army, administer this program to people. What does Energy Share actually provide?
Primarily, at this point, we're providing, we're trying to stop disconnections or potentially reconnect service. Now, in the past, we've done a little bit of payment plan type assistance, but have had to scale back that because just the sheer number of people that want to get involved with the program.
So the demand is higher.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and and because there's higher demand, sometimes that's what you need to put into it isn't always there, because they're on the other end now.
Right.
Yeah, the receiving end. It's a popular program, I take it.
Oh, absolutely. The first day, as you were saying, for June 1st, literally probably 300 people walk through our doors. And if you've ever seen our social service office seats about 30.
Oh my
so
goodness.
we've got them lined around the building, and we've got case managers just combing the crowd, checking for eligibility, so nobody had to stand out for too long if they weren't going to be able to get an appointment in the first place.
Right. Well, I knew there had been some confusion about Energy Share versus Energy Assistance, and they are two different programs, although in some way they are connected. Energy Assistance and Cooling Assistance being the one that started on the 15th of the month. So I guess the timing was a little off, but folks, hopefully have called, and we'll put up a number on the screen for Energy Assistance or Cooling Assistance Program through Human Services, and that's at 664-6035. You can also go to the Virginia Department of Social Services website and go to Benefit, and under that you'll see Energy Assistance, and it will give you all the criteria you need to know on who qualifies, when you can apply, and what you will receive as a result of that. So with the Energy Share program, you get what specifically?
You can essentially get up to $300, but it has to go toward the delinquent portion of your bill, the disconnect portion.
Okay.
And we do really have, some of the bills we're seeing are so high, we're having to tell people this $300 literally will not stop the disconnection. What can you provide? And sometimes the answer is they cannot cover the other costs.
Wow.
And if social services is not able to assist, sometimes that answer simply has to be no.
Wow.
It's a very
That's
hard
tough.
thing to say. It's absolutely tough.
That is really tough.
Well, the increase of need over the last several years for all of us has put a great weight on organizations like the Salvation Army and Health and Human Services, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that things are not disconnected, but we also need help in doing that. And we're fortunate to have partners like Dominion Virginia Power and Virginia Natural Gas who are able to help us do that. And you have the cooling program. These are programs that are critical to our community. But we need folks to come alongside all of us and help us do them.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It does. It takes the community to do it, not just one organization. We have to keep preaching that because it's very important that everyone get involved in some way. There's an opportunity for people to actually donate to this program as well through their utility company. Is that right?
Yeah, you can check the box, and what I've started saying is, and this is my first day on the job, check the box to help fight poverty, because we want to help keep people in their homes with the primary cooling or heating source, and this is an excellent way to help us do it, is by checking the box on your bill.
Okay. Very, very simple to do and beneficial.
And we all help each other.
Yes. And that's the big part. And speaking of helping each other, there is yet another component to...
Another great organization.
Yes, the STOP organization, which is administering the weatherization program, and that is part of the energy assistance program that Social Services administers. Exactly. One of the components, and cooling assistance from us, the STOP organization administers weatherization. What does the weatherization program provide?
Well, weatherization, that's a process of increasing your energy efficiency of your home. And we do that by weatherizing the home. I wanted to tell you one thing about the weatherization program. We've been in existence through the STOP organization since 1976.
Really?
All right, governed by a great board of directors, and we have a new president and CEO, Regina Lawrence, and we're just so excited to still have this program. Weatherization, we start off with doing an energy audit on the home. The energy audit will determine if the house have air leakage, if the condition or the efficiency of the heating system, and if the house have proper insulation, and we address all those measures.
Okay, and they're such basic things, but that's where a lot of people have problems.
Right. The survey has been done, and on the average, a household can save up to $430 annually.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that should be a lesson to all of us,
Yes.
you know, whether your budget is tight or not, but that is amazing. Now, is there an eligibility requirement?
Well, income eligibility.
Okay.
It's based on a total household gross income.
Okay.
Yes.
How about the number of people in the household? Does that figure in at all, or is it just the household income?
By the household income, and the income, it depends on how many people live in the house and what the income can exceed.
Okay, so there's not like a particular age group that you're focusing on. It can be.
No, this is for anyone that's income eligible.
Okay.
And we prioritize our elderly and households that have children 6 years and younger.
Okay, as does the cooling assistance program with anybody who is in vulnerable age and under 6, definitely, you know, do take priority. And it's part of our eligibility requirement to do that, because, you know, when you're hot and you don't have any circulating air,
right,
that can really take its toll.
That is correct.
Well, I don't know how long you have been administering this program. I believe you're rather new. We have a bunch of new people here that I don't know if there's a majority that is it elderly or older that tend to go for the program, or do you think it's across the board?
It's across the board.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Calls picking up right now with
all year round.
Yeah.
Yes. When the weather starts to get cool, when it starts to get warm, you know, there's a need. So this is a year-round program, so calls never stop coming in.
Okay, great. And we do have a phone number for that too. And this is a year-round program, as she mentioned. And you can call the number on the screen, or STOP Inc. Has a website, and the phone number though is probably the easiest way to get a hold of someone.
Yes,
in
it
fact,
is.
when I called, I talked to you,
Yes,
which is a very pleasant woman, and she can give you the information you need. The application process, do you have to come somewhere to get it? Can you have it mailed to you?
No,
or?
you can call into the office. We have a great staff that will be there to help with the application process. We can mail the applications out to you, or you're welcome to come to the office.
Okay, great. Well, super, and then you get to meet her in person. And the same with the Salvation Army. I'm sure since you're new, you're going to be standing right at the door, right?
Every day.
So your first day on the job, huh?
It is.
All right, well, that's terrific. And Seth, I know that, you know, that part of your job is to make sure everybody knows that, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
all right, so has anything like lost steam since you first started the application process with the program, or are you still getting a lot of calls every day?
There are a lot of calls every day, and this year, you know, last year we helped, I think, 592 families and households. We expect it could be more this year, so we need more folks to check the box.
Wow, wow. So almost 600 people. Is that in the Tidewater area?
It's Tidewater, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Chesapeake.
Okay. And that brings from the point, too, Ms. Johnson, that the weatherization program is not just a Norfolk thing, it's across
Oh,
the
no,
board.
we service all of the Hampton Roads except for Newport News, 2 counties, the counties of Southampton County and Isle of Wight County.
Okay, and definitely Norfolk. And that's where you're headquartered, is that correct?
Yes, it is. We're based out of Norfolk.
All right, good. Anything else that you'd like to share with them regarding where to get help? I know you offer other services.
We have a lot of other services, but one of the best ways to get the information is to go onto Salvation Army HRVA, HamptonRoadsVirginia.org.
Okay.
Salvation Army HRVA.org.
Is that a new website?
New website.
New address?
New website.
Great, brand new website. Not that they didn't have one before, folks. We just want to make that clear.
But it'll have all the good information to get our services.
Okay, great, great. So there it is on the screen again. Number to call, extension to go to, and brand new website for the Salvation Army, HamptonRoadsVirginia.org, Cooling Assistance Program through the Department of Human Services. And that has started up as of June 15th and will continue through August 15th. Your applications will be accepted during that time. Call the number 664-6035 to find out more about the eligibility requirements for that. They do base it on household size and income, gross income, like many programs are. But call them first before you call the Salvation Army, because they'll unfortunately have to send you back to try.
That's right.
You know, if you call them first. But they're very nice about it. So just be nice to them. We know the heat can make people cranky, but it's awfully nice to know that but there are some resources out there for everybody, so that hopefully they can stay cooler this summer. Safety for everyone.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and sharing good information.
Thank you
for
for having
Welcome
us.
to the Hampton Roads area.
Thank you.
And we're delighted to have you on the show, Ms. Johnson, from the
Thank
Stop
you.
Organization.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Bye.